Mike Mosquito with the Buzz Podcast here with the CEO of HIMSS 2025, Hal Wolf.
How you doing?
Doing wonderful. I've got my co-host Maureen, Nylin with me, and we're going to be going through what's happening at HIMSS 2025, what the good looking, and what's happening on this floor. Hal, glad to have you here with us.
Glad to be here.
Man, this is a very big floor this year. There are more signs in the air than I've seen in years past.
Yeah, people have gone very vertical this year. The signs, you can see the investment. New booths are all over the place. There's a massive buzz. Of course, we're even in the second day, and it feels almost more crowded today than yesterday. So it's the attendance is wild.
Yes, this is big. So I know, Maureen, you had a question you want to ask Hal because you've been walking around.
I have. But before I do, I just have to say how grateful I am to you and your entire team. You have done an outstanding job taking care of us and making us feel welcome. So special shout out to Brittany. You know how much I appreciate and love her. And also Albie and Christine. So thank you. You just have an amazing team.
Oh, well, thank you. We have a great combination that's at you. It's the HIMSS team. It's the Informa Connect team. They're working really well, and we've been trying to make collectively a phenomenal experience. And, as you know from our communications team, the Podcast Row, where we are now, the press room yesterday, astounding how many people.
Yes.
We have well over 170 credentialed press that are here. It's been a delight.
Well, thank you again. Okay, so let's talk about who is attending the conference this year, because there's a lot of people out there.
There's a lot of people. So we're running, there's two groups that are always attend the conference. So first of all, they're the professionals. Those are the HIMSS members. Those are people that work in healthcare ecosystems. They are the ones who are the decision makers, and they're the ones that gain the most from our educational programs, etc. This year we have a 16% increase so far over the number of professionals that are here. So we're running pretty close to 12,000 professionals that are here at the HIMSS Global Conference. So that is a big number, and that 16% increase. We're about 10,000 last year. You're sitting here running, so it's really growing like crazy. So we're very, very happy about that, obviously. And the total number of registrations can be about a couple thousand higher than last year as well. So we've seen it on both sides of the aisle. Talking to the market suppliers, what they're thrilled about is the density and the quality, because we also measure the titles of the individuals that are here. And we have seen a 10% boost in that. We measure it from director, senior director, VP, and up. So we're seeing an increase in title, an expansion in the number of people. And on top of all that, we've had more people sign up to be HIMSS members at this particular event than we have in the last 5 years, which is phenomenal, even including right before COVID. And people are walking up to the HIMSS Connect Experience booth and just walking up and saying, I want to be a member of HIMSS. So, and that's kind of unique for us, because usually people register for membership when they come in.
Right.
And now that they're here and they're experiencing it, they want to be HIMSS members. So we're really thrilled to get the boost there as well.
So do you think all the buzz on the floor, them being here, being in this atmosphere, that's driving membership on site?
It is. It is, in the quality of the program and the educational programs. I think that people also saw something very special yesterday, which I don't think we've emphasized as much as we have. HIMSS is a global society. And yesterday on stage, you saw and heard a variety of languages, cultures, and a very diverse group of member leaders from across the world. So when you're hearing people from Taiwan, and you're hearing people from Denmark, and you're hearing people from Italy, along with chapter leaders in North America, that's impressive. And you look at the chapter leaders in North America, that's very diverse as well. Our commitment to health equity, I think, resonated with people as well. We know who we are and what our goal is. HIMSS is a global nonprofit. We don't have a little bit of a nonprofit. The whole thing's a nonprofit.
Right.
And we always have been, and we're very proud of that. So we're growing like crazy internationally for all the right reasons. And people came up to me a lot and said, I knew HIMSS was global, but wow, it really hit me yesterday.
It really showed me on the opening reception night with the Philippines contingent. We spent time with them. We actually have a picture that we rolled out this morning with them, and they were so gracious to engage with us. It was amazing. They came up, they found us, they're like, "We want a picture with you." And I want to know, well, what are you seeing when you come over here? We're over here to learn. I presented in the Brazilian Pavilion yesterday, talking about EHR and the comparison between U.S. and overseas and how things are transformed. But they're following a U.S. model, and they're coming here to learn.
There's several hundred from Brazil that are here this year. That delegation's gone up. Last night, I spent time with the whole two groups, one from Mexico, one from Colombia. They were all, together, and it was just the buzz is there.
Yes.
And, they're pushing really hard for our expansion into South America, which we're going to be doing this year because the demand is just overwhelming. So we're very excited about it.
Well, I will tell you, this floor is amazing this year. I've been coming to HIMSS for 20 years, and it is packed. It is back.
Yeah.
And it is rolling.
Well, people have come out of COVID. They've had lots of opportunities, and there's no question they're voting with feet, wallet, and interest.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, in the end, you want to walk away with aspects that help you in day-to-day operations, short and long-term strategy,
Right.
and a clear understanding from thought leadership about what's coming and what I need to think of. And there was an expression brought out yesterday by Ellen Assini, which got in the headlines of a couple magazines. And that was, what happens in Vegas shouldn't necessarily stay in Vegas. Take it home, take your learnings. And, I think that really captures it because we want people to go home.
That's right.
So when they walk in the door and say, what did you learn at HIMSS? They get to turn up and say, let me give you the 3 things we need to start working on right now.
Right.
From basic execution to strategy to thought leadership. And if you walk away with those 3 things in any combination, you've won.
Very nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as we all know, healthcare can't continue to stay the same, and you've evolved. What are you evolving to next? What's coming up? What are you excited about?
Well, when you say you, meaning the conference, the HIMSS, myself.
Well, you can tell me, how have you evolved that? Let's go there. This will be an exclusive. No, I think it's both, right? Because you are the leader. And so you, as you've grown through your career and seen how healthcare has changed, you have pivoted for your organization. So I think it is maybe a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. I think, I had the honor to serve on the HIMSS board for 4 years before I came to this role. And I would say my personal contribution, if there is one, was ardent belief in the international expansion and the globalization of HIMSS. It was always there. We just weren't pressing it the way we have been. 7 years ago, believe it or not, that's 7.5 when I came in, we were under 80,000 members, and now we're over 120,000.
Which is amazing. I just have to call that out.
Yeah, it's astounding.
Across the industry, we're seeing fewer and fewer people become a part of organizations, which is really unfortunate.
It is, but I think we don't have the same money we had before, and people are voting, right?
Right.
And so our number of members in North America continues to grow, but it doesn't grow by leaps and bounds because healthcare in the United States, there's been consolidation and the market's a little different, but yet we have more North American members now than we did even 3 years ago. Where we have grown dramatically is outside the boundaries of North America, where we actually have 2 out of 5 HIMSS members now are outside of North America.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why you saw the headline yesterday in the opening session was the highest rated health hospital in the world, and that's Samsung Medical Center in Seoul, South Korea. And Dr. Park and Dr. Son and the robots were giving you the reason why.
Right.
And when you see that, and you heard the audience response if you were in there, which was they loved it because they heard something they didn't understand or knew was so powerful.
Right.
And when Dr. Park looked up and said, hey, we took our first shots at our data ecosystem, and it failed miserably. We bit off more than we could chew.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to go back and incrementally, Everyone could relate,
right?
Because we've all been there. So how did they do it?
Yes.
And
how can we do it?
And how can we do it?
Telling that message, I think, is very important in a lot of these conferences. It is the roadmap.
It is.
Give them, and it's the plus and minus, right? Here's how we failed, and we failed fast, and now we've got to move to next. Here's how we move to next. Here's who we move to next with, and here are the success metrics and outcomes for the patients and the organization.
100%. And so I think the globalization of HIMSS is one key to your answer.
Yes.
Secondly, there's a lot more sizzle here. We've never had an issue with steak and content
Right.
and meeting and education and networking and affiliative. But yeah, you can see that you marked it. You look at the sizzle.
Yes.
And
It's all
so
around us.
there's more sizzle and buzz. Where
I love you keep saying buzz.
Yeah.
This is the perfect point
It
to
is the buzz.
actually
It is the
talk
buzz. It
about
is
the
the buzz.
buzz.
Psychological.
We program them at least weekly.
But this is where Informa Connect has also come in. Our partners at Informa have really done a fantastic job.
Yes.
They understand and really have invested in the look, the feel, the signage, getting people to and from.
Yes.
I noticed it myself. I've been in this building a number of times.
It was much easier. I will tell you. I've been in this building. I was just in this
Unbelievable.
building a few months ago, and
Yeah.
my path this morning. I've never been on the floor that fast. I will tell you that. I told Maureen, I'm like, I'm already here,
Yeah.
and she was walking back through. I said, the path here is easier, and the access while we're coming through double layers of security. So I love that. The path was still easy to get here.
Yeah, there is a significant additional security this year that was layered in because it's the healthcare ecosystem, and we understand that.
Yes.
So they've done a great job. But yes, getting to and from, even over to Caesars.
We're going with you over to Chapter Leaders Lunch right after this.
That's right. That's exactly right. And the shuttles are working and all that, and you can take the land bridge and everything else. So we're very excited about it. They bring a lot of expertise. They've revamped the registration process. It's easier to find the sessions you're interested in. But let's also be fair. It is an overwhelming amount of choices.
It is.
And I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of choices of amazing content and views from the top and all of these different pieces that really come together at HIMSS Global Conference. And this is our largest membership meeting of the year. And then what we've been doing as Informa is taking on more operational responsibility. We're taking on the operational responsibility of this event. We've been focused ourselves now on our new membership programs, our educational programs. We want our members engaged 365 days out of the year. We've been rebuilding HIMSS.org for easier access. It's gated now, so you need to be a member to get to some of the content, or you need to come here. But it allows us to really focus on our member value of the proposition. This is a monstrous undertaking that consumed significant resources inside HIMSS, the organization. And now that we have a partner handling the logistics of it, we get to weigh in on the content, obviously, and the educational programs we own. It's been a very good relationship.
Very nice. Well, Hal, I know we've got to get over to Chapter Leaders Lunch where you're going to be kicking off.
We do.
We thank you very much for joining the buzz. I'm Mike Mosquito. This is my wonderful co-host,
Maureen, Nylin.
We're here with the buzz at HIMSS 2025 with Hal Wolf, and we thank you for joining us. See you soon and keep buzzing.
Be well.
Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe on thebuzzpodcast.net